explosive for fishermen, even though its use for fishing can lead to life-threatening injuries and death. I am Stanley Niblew, and my focus is on the Western region. I am embarking on a 279-kilometer trip to Axim, a fishing community in the Nzima East municipality of the Western region, to delve deeper into the use of explosives for fishing. My mission is also to understand how fisherfolk assess the explosive on the black market and the faces behind the illegal practice. Axim is a vibrant fishing community which attracts migrant fisherfolk from other coastal regions due to bumper catch. Axim's sea resource sustains livelihoods. Some fisherfolk resort to illegal practices as means to make bumper catch. Fishermen use explosives in the expeditions sold by a cartel on a thriving black market. I spent 4 days at Axim and had a private conversation with many fishermen who confirmed the use of explosives for fishing. A member of the Ghana National Canoe Council, Abaka Edu, also a fisherman, is aware of the use of the dynamite.
This thing, because it is very, very illegal, it is being hidden in a way that, in fact, to detect or see it, it is not easy. It is not easy. Not only dynamite, but other chemicals, obnoxious chemicals. But it is very difficult for you to see it. They go to sea and they apply it, and if the fishes comes 1, 2, 3 days, they all disappear.
Some fishermen, after being persuaded, agreed to testify about their illegal practices on camera.
Say ekwa na so e wo otire racket. So otire racket into serepo. Yes, I very faster. Olukwa eyenhu ata na she nti say also e fast dey no aso na game. The sojo won say ma. Oba tete won so we say woni mi na.
Na sa de omonya friend.
Okay, mpempi no oya okoton takwa. Ompindo yusu.
Ara na mo ke say.
Wa was ordinary yusu. Yeah, wa was ordinary yusu. Na I times no so say ohun oprosi hun dem obechew.
Dana mentira nya apa. Ya gaje mu na so na for me. Bo go to ni no kala ka kaje disco ankwa gbedi amenu tumoni express. Amekun no wo ameya wo me no wo ba ha me gbegbe ni agbene. They are
not the only testators. An informant, also a fisherman, corroborated the use of dynamite in Axim. But why the quarry industry's dynamite?
Dynamite in here now. Or dynamite in the search for galamsey for much for wish anyway. But here, for enough for the phone. A bit the book open contest whom they were the coconut, a penam. And the TBR started a lot of. They are not dynamite penam and I'm no keka. Enter the number for so, but now why go and take the power on your day, okay?
The syndicate that controls the black market sells the dynamite to only close confidants.
I will take it to the master. What do TV do na radio na so no party on farm.
Upon persistent request, the informant offered to introduce me to a member of the syndicate, but later changed his mind to protect the market. However, he agreed to buy the preferred explosive for me, which cost 600 cedis, a 1,200% increase compared to the prevailing market price. After negotiation, both the informant and the cartel member agreed that I paid 350 cedis for a set of the dynamite. The informant produced the explosive the following morning and presented it to me at the seashore. Ryodin HE is a dynamite manufactured by Mazam Blasting Solutions, designed for mine and quarry blasting. It is a high-shock energy nitroglycerin nitroglycol-based explosive requiring only licensed personnel for handling and use. The informant, a regular user of the explosive for fishing, explained its application.
When I did Janu Tuma often, it's a area at the best. It is a way now, if you are not rebelling them. Now they are and that's it. And city we are now prepare rubber, then I see me there. Also, better chairman. It is so we are a Janahana the person. I was some where we do that. We do all the panel, air fast. But I need you. Let's we do now in the book. It's a new January fast in the jay, and I see so no blasting and then I'm in Allah. Who wait to your pen, I'm never died.
He gave further insight into their activities.
And the police for what one and for. Now, why you in education? What do you shame? No one would dare the matter of the company on yet. Now, also what Cassan. There's a one I met a man in suppose of what couple not in Siciala or begging this guy with Jan. Or what's what I say, Etsy Pano, and the Emmanas with Jan, on for the Madam Company.
After acquiring the explosive, I presented it to Abaka Edu, the Western Regional Representative of the Ghana National Canoe Council, as evidence of the existence of the black market in Azim.
This thing is not being sold in the open. So I'm wondering how you managed to get it, because I quite remember you asked me where this thing can be obtained. And I was wondering, because to get this thing, it is being sold behind the scene. It is done under the cover. So to get access to this explosive, it's not an easy thing. Some time ago, they swear an oath that whoever uses this explosive, the sun god or the 77 gods that exist should deal with the person. But it was for a while and it disappeared. That time, Chief Fisherman called Nana Zawaba led the swearing of the oath across the length and breadth of the coastal regions of Ghana, swearing an oath that no one should use this explosive, popularly called dynamite, in fishing expedition. But you know, we hear some of them done something in respect to the swearing of oath, and it is no longer effective. You cannot use this in the open, and so whoever uses it does it undercover.
Many fishermen have lost their lives due to a lack of expertise in handling and using dynamite at sea.
Oh, problem see. Ebuwa, nipa no be yan wo hu ya otumuku. Ebi so aye na wan ya hama no betu na go tu pa hama no wo afu. No hu pe mo be etre, me ya me hu.
Because they know that if you got to know that it is because of this that hurt them, even if they encounter this thing, not all of them even are being sent to the hospital. They will go to the traditional healers to be healed, unless it is beyond them before it will be sent to hospital. And so all these things are being done under the cover of darkness.
I am on my way to meet an explosive consultant, Emmanuel Kwesibaini, who has over 3 decades of experience as a blast man.
The shock must be given safely. Otherwise, the one giving the shock will die. That is why we have a safety fuse, this black cord. It burns at a rate of 30 seconds per foot. So whoever is going to use it will calculate the safety interval time. So when he attaches it to it, he has to run for safety. If it will take him 3 minutes to run to safety, it means he must cut this black safety fuse 6 feet to give him enough time to run to safety.
He explained the detonation processes.
This is a plug of dynamite, or a high explosive. This is a detonator. This aluminum head is a detonator attached to safety fuse. This safety fuse contains gunpowder. When you light the gunpowder, it will burn slowly, normally at a rate of 30 seconds per foot. At the end, it will spit fire to the detonator, and the detonator will give a shock. This shock, when given to this dynamite, will cause a big explosion. So the dynamite and the detonator, they are stored separately. Anytime they come together, we call it primer, and it's dangerous.
He warns that disregarding safety guidelines for handling explosives would lead to fatalities, as fishermen lack the license to possess or use the product.
It's not common to access it, and it's illegal if they have it. To get it, you must have a permit and a license to purchase, and a permit to possess, a permit to use. This is not meant for fishing. So the fishermen will not get such permits. So they get it illegally. And I believe mostly through the quarries. Mostly through the quarry, where it is used. When they are supplied to go and use in blasting, the blastman steals some and go and sell to the fishermen. In the big gold mines, bauxite, manganese, the control is stiffer. But the small quarries around, it's very loose for them to take this out. A fisherman is not a trained person to use this. They buy it from the smugglers in the quarries. With them, in the sea, they shoot the shell of the fish in the sea, and they want to throw it into the sea. If it's a long one, it will take too long a time for them to burn. So they will normally cut this safety fuse short, so that it will explode quickly. So when they see the shower of fish, they put it in it and throw it into the sea. Sometimes the timing is very bad for them. It's no good, so they kill themselves. Sometimes, you see, they are timing it to throw it into the sea. And so some get their arms amputated.
I have come to Enuesia, a suburb of Sekondi in the western region, noted for the use of explosives for fishing, where some fishermen have sustained permanent disabilities due to the explosions at sea. I was told by an informant that Kwesi's left hand was ripped off following a dynamite explosion at sea. He continues to participate in expeditions. In an off-camera interview, Kwesi claimed his injury was due to a vehicle accident. Experts say fish caught with explosives often have shorter shelf life. When fish are caught with dynamite, detergents are applied to keep them fresh. A deputy chief fisherman at Shama corroborated this. Eunice Eshan, a fish processor at Axim, has developed indigenous methods to detect unwholesome fish in the absence of technology for explosives and chemicals.
Beyin no kwa makancha wo de ekwajuda na mental kopum ogididi turu kopum enim nta hen mayi hunde bia sise yere sewi anka meso ho ho am hu na mensa ho ayetoto igoro pastere won sa ho yeto na hu de nam no ebia dynamite no wo.
The fishmongers go to the beach to buy from a variety of canoes, and so if you detect which canoe brought this particular fish, there should be a detecting device detecting that this particular canoe brought this fish and this fish is contaminated. That will help. In fact, fishing industry and how to contain this is a very huge tussle. The Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council did fisherman to fisherman by communicating or sensitizing them that such a thing is not good. But others are doing it and having a catch and having money. In fact, even if you advise them, they will not heed. They go to sea, they do all manner of things that will help them have a catch to bring it ashore.
Dynamite in the hands of fishermen reinforces dangerous fishing, which poses an existential threat to lives and livelihoods. It behoves us all to advocate against the use of dynamite, along with other illegal practices, to protect the fishing industry. Stanley Niblewu, TV3 Fisheries Eye, at Zim.